Show here? Okay. Okay. Well,
Joe, are you on? Oh, okay.
I'll call the order or something. We don't have to.
Nope.
We want to skip the pledge of allegiance, or you feel like saying it?
Let's just get done.
Let's just keep it. No announcements or correspondence? Nick, you got anything?
I was going to say next thing, I'll say it here too. Just thank you to Brimfield voters. The fire levy passed last night. Heartfelt thank you. I know talked to Chief Malai this morning to put post out, but he's very appreciative, especially in this tough economic times. But that levy keeps us funding the fire department, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good turnout, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, Holly, I'll turn it over to you.
So you have the new sheets in front of you, so, we did go out for renewal for our healthcare plans. The one sheet that has the chart gives you a side-by-side of our current plan with SEMA. In the middle is the new plan that they developed, which you guys know we moved into a different category, so they have to develop a plan to try to make a similar cost to what we have today. And they did, they came back with a plan exactly matching what we have today, and then the one on the right.
We have today. That's
Is a plan that Cigna offered. So to review those, originally, SEMA came back to us with an increase, and at a last minute, they came back with a flat renewal. Cigna came to us with a 7% decrease. They also offered a couple additional items just to kind of sweeten the offer. But in the end, it is our recommendation that we stay with SEMA. And the reason for that is we have been with SEMA for so long, they've been a great partner. They've been very great at negotiating with us, and really they're constant. You know, we have great relationships with them. We can work through these renewals very effectively, and we know what to expect. So even though Cigna is offering a decrease, there's just some concern of they are an unknown. If there's a decrease that, for 25, what can we expect for future years? We don't have that long-standing relationship. So, at some point it may come a time to change, but based on where we're at with SEMA and the fact that they offered a flat renewal at the last minute, it is our recommendation that we just stay with them. Again, the plan is exactly the same as we have today with a flat renewal.
Well, is Cigna exactly the same too?
They are. Now the difference with Cigna would be in the prescription drugs. So every healthcare company has their list of medications that might fall under formulary specialty, different categories. So we can't guarantee, let's say you have a prescription medication that you have today, you pay a $10 copay. It could be in a different category with Cigna, and you could be subject to maybe a $20 or $40 copay. So while the plan is the same, they offer a plan that's exactly the same that we have today. The disruption could potentially be in the prescription medications because the way they categorize those prescriptions aren't the same as SEMA. So that was one of the unknowns, and there was no way for us to be able to see what that disruption could have potentially been. But otherwise, the plan would have been exactly the same networks, hospitals, all of that, but the prescription drugs potentially different.
Didn't we have a discussion too that there was a potential specialist that could be different because they couldn't see who would use a specialist right now? Therefore,
They're going to do it. It's for 12 or 15% next year.
It could be.
Those are new business rates.
Yeah, same hospital systems, but we did not have the ability
We need to stay
the
with
list
them.
of doctors to make sure that they were in network, so that absolutely is a potential there too, where somebody could have a specialist that was not in the same network.
I think the health insurance plan is one of our most competitive pieces that we can offer as a township. And trying to keep that as close to as it is now, I think is really important. But also, I think it's good that you did the exercise, right? Because we don't know if you don't know, and facts help us as a board make a decision. Based on my conversations with you and SEMA coming back at that match, I would be supportive of that SEMA move.
Yeah, and it's a known, so, you know, from my experience, we're happy with it, the network's extensive, and your, our benefits package is very attractive for people. So, you know, when considering switching carriers, it's definitely, you know, something that's concerning for people, that will look like.
Appreciate what you said.
I just want to offer for the trustees, I've talked to both police unions before I knew it was going to be a flat increase. They're very happy with SUMA, and they were willing to stay with SUMA even with the 8% increase. They were hoping for a smaller number, but I know hands down with the flat increase, both police unions will want to stay with SUMA. If that's just some background for you.
Yeah, no, that's important. John, what's your gut on this?
From my opinion, Suma came back with a very, very nice offer for us. One of the big things, though, with prescription drugs is that Suma is known for giving all discounts back to the carriers when you get discounts from the pharmacy. Not all carriers are like that. Also, the disruption of having to switch employees, you got to think about that. Everybody has to go through, get new ID cards and all that. That becomes an administrative issue. And the fact, though, that Suma's been with us for years and worked with us when we were really hurting for money. They helped us in those years. So I think we need to show loyalty to them as well. But I think that's a spectacular offer that they have.
And I know that we talked about this before too, I called it the Time Warner effect of low introductory rate and it skyrockets and all that. May not always be typical. There's always that. I just still have that concern in my gut about that with Cigna. That they come in really low and the next year we're back at the same price as Cigna and we're not having buyers.
Well, a typical, it's not the way that a lot of companies do to get new business is that they're in a fully funded world. There is run-in claims and run-out claims. They're getting run-in claims. So if we went to them on January 1st, we're going to pay them 100% of the premium, but they're not going to see claims until the end of February, beginning of March. So they're going to pocket all that money at the beginning. So they're able to give us a new business credit. The second year down the road, I asked them for a cap. I was hoping it would be less than that. I think it was 12% is all they would be willing to give us for the cap. So that means that we're getting a 12% increase from them next year, and they're going to eat all the new business credits that they gave us.
So it is almost that Time Warner effect where, hey, I'm going to entice you with some discounts up front, but then we could be in the same place again.
Well, and I would like to state, we don't know that. I mean,
Maybe there's a potential.
Yeah, the 12% was based on standard, so we don't know. I don't want to put it out there that, you know, I don't want to make it sound like that's what we're going to expect.
Right.
Cigna was very good at negotiating and offering some things to entice the package. It really, I think, just comes down to the relationship and, you know.
Well, and I don't want to say that's not anything on Cigna. That's a typical how you play in the insurance world. That's just how it is.
Yeah, each company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't
Yeah.
directed just at Cigna.
Yeah.
So, Holly, your professional recommendation then is to stick with Cigna?
It's to stick with SULA for the medical. I think it's the best for everyone. And it is, I mean, this isn't an exercise to go and to do all the time, just because you never know what's out there. So it was good to go through this, and I'm glad that they came back, and we can maintain that relationship with them. The ancillary benefits, just for those of you, there's a second sheet that talks about the ancillary. So this is your life, short-term disability, dental, vision. Life, so those are fairly pretty standard. Life and short-term disability are receiving.
Shouldn't we make a motion on the first? Get that,
I don't think you have to go because we're maintaining.
we don't have to go.
We're just renewing. We don't have any changes going
It's
on.
more informational. When-
We don't do a motion to renew
I
this.
would make a motion.
You can, but it's not required. We don't have a new contract. We're just continuing with the same carrier. If we were switching, you would be in action to switch from one, but
Before SUBA came back, we were talking about coming to you for a change, which would require a vote, but because we're just maintaining, it doesn't require.
But you can if you want. I mean, but it's not required that you do that because they're already a current client of ours. That would be like with EMS billing as an example. When they change, we just stay with them. But Craig will say, hey, they gave us a 3% increase on their services. We don't vote for that. We just, they're still with us. They're the same client. But you can do anything you want though.
So life and short-term disability for the standard are receiving a 3-year rate hold. So our next renewal is will be in January 1st of 2028. Dental and vision, again, also through the standard, they are each receiving a 90% increase. That's due to trend, claims, and underwriting factors from 1 year. So the next renewal for that will be in 2026. So again, our broker went out for proposals, and this one was tough because no one can offer a true replacement of all lines of coverage as a bundle, and therefore it's not been recommended to move from the standard. So we did get quotes from MetLife, Unum, Omaha, Guardian, Hartford, but all of them were not willing to produce the same bundle that we have with the standard. So with that, there's not a compelling offer to move forward, to move from the standard, and we want to maintain our bundle package and preferred pricing on all in-force lines of coverage. So because we have this bundle, we receive discounts. So if we were to piecemeal and say, okay, well, MetLife is going to give us a better deal on short-term and long-term disability, if we separate that from the standard, they could come back and not double our increase for vision and dental. So that's one of those things where, yes, they're giving us a 9% increase, but if we were to segregate those lines of coverage, it could be 15%. So our broker does look at that, do that analysis, and just determine that at this point, there's no advantage to debundling that package and looking for others. Now there is, when we renew with the standard, the renewal will include a 3-year rate guarantee on all lines, except the dental and vision. Now, we do have a potential issue with our voluntary long-term disability, and again, that's voluntary, so it's 100% paid for by employees. We currently only have 5 employees enrolled in this plan, and they require 10 employees in order for us to offer that coverage. So we're still waiting to hear back from the standard, but it is likely that they will eliminate that long-term disability because our representation is set.
But we do have short-term.
We do have short-term disability and accident insurance and other things, but
How much is the life insurance?
It's, I think it's like, 22 cents or-
5,000, is it still?
oh, yeah, the rate's still the same, or it's 50,000.
Over 65.
It's 50.
Police get,
Yeah.
around 25,000.
Well, but isn't, oh, the AD&D with that, yep. The rate's like 22 cents or 23 cents a thousand. It doesn't change very much.
Now, anyway, I've looked over all this, and I just really appreciate how you being able to present the full package of everything, so that we, the research you've done, the way you set out your format and give it to us, explain to us, and I really appreciate you being able to do that.
Yeah, and our program did the majority of the work, and I think they did a great job, looking at options, and I think overall, this will make everybody happy. No one wants to see an increase in dental vision, but overall, this is a pretty great package, and lots of coverage.
And then the broker doesn't charge us anything for his service.
No, we do not pay for our healthcare broker, but yeah, I think this is a great review.
Good, thank you very much.
The one thing I do want to add with the standard, the standard's kind of becoming a big figure in that marketplace. They just bought Anthem's disability and life insurance business to merge with theirs. So what that looks like when you start getting into bundle packages like this, they have the ability with all of these to offer all these different plans, and they're buying up other companies to give more access to them or more options that they can do. So that's their reason to do that, is so that they can offer packages like this all at the same time with all benefits available. So just want to add that to it.
So I have already had preliminary conversations with all the union reps, and told them I would follow up with them all in accordance with the contract after this meeting to confirm what that offering will be. But then I will work on getting open enrollment. Excuse me, goodness. I'll work on getting open enrollment scheduled and start sending information out. And we'll likely run that closer to the end of the month like we did last year. But again, you don't have to get new cards or anything, so we have a couple weeks to get everything set up and make employees aware so they can do open enrollment. I am proposing that we do an active open enrollment which will require everyone to enroll. I think it's been quite a while since we've done that. And it's important to do an active open enrollment because sometimes people forget to let us know when they have changes. For example, if a child has gotten married or a divorce or, something like that, sometimes they fail to notify us to take people off coverage. So an active open enrollment is good because it forces everybody to look at what they're enrolled in, make sure they want to remain enrolled in it, and make sure that who is covered by their plans is accurate. So it's kind of like a check and balance for us. So we will do an active open enrollment, which means everyone is required to go in and enroll if they want the coverage.
Can you do one thing though, Holly? Can you make a big point out of the voluntary long-term disability? Just because we are at a minimum, just at open enrollment, if there's a new flyer to talk about what all that is, just so we can see if we can get enough, people enrolled in it. I just don't want it to die because there are 5 people that chose it. So, okay.
Okay. Chris, you need a board approval for purchase.
Yes, first thing, I'm requesting board approval for a PO not to exceed $11,500 to Advances Law Enforcement, which will be our ammunition order. We did not order ammo last year, so this is basically catch up. The ammo shortage is kind of gone now. There were times we were waiting 6 months to a year to get ammo, so we stockpile. We've gone through that now, and it's time to make a larger order. That's why that.
This is all for training.
This is all training. This is all training, duty ammo, and taser cartridges.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve a purchase order in the amount to not exceed $11,500 payable to Advances Law Enforcement for ammunition and supplies.
Second.
Can I confirm the amount? Is it 11,500 or is it 11,24?
I wrote the number down. I just covered myself, saying not to exceed 11,500, but I believe it's 11,24.
Okay.
And that's fine, because you might be a variance.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to put it at 11.24 or 11.5?
I've already sent the request. I just have it written on here. I can't read my handwriting, so I'm making sure that
Well, let's make it 11.5, that we don't, in case it is.
just not to exceed 11.
Yeah, so that was the motion, was not. to
Oh, I
exceed
thought you had it 11.24. I'm
No,
sorry.
Yeah, the motion was to not exceed 11,500.
Okay.
So that way, if there's any additional costs.
That's fine. Yep. I just thought I heard it different. I'm sorry. Any more questions? All in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay. Now we got an executive session. Paperwork.
Sorry, I didn't fill it out yet here.
Okay. What is that?
The 6th.
November 6, 2024, trustee Mike Kosensky moved to convene executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, section 121-22G for the purpose of considering the following. For preparing for, conducting, or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employee concerning their compensation and other terms and conditions of their employment.
We need a second.
I will second that.
All in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
We are adjourned at 7:49 to executive session. Okay.
Okay, we're back in executive session.
I ask the board for a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding with the Fraternal Order of Police that allows for contract changes in both the blue and gold contract to allow 10-hour shifts for the police.
I'd like to make that motion for both the patrol and the sergeant's contracts.
And I'll second that.
So this has been reviewed with the board, reviewed with the unions. They're excited to give us a shot. This is a 1-year memorandum of understanding.
1 year trial period.
All those in favor, Mike, Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
Okay, well, nothing else further before the board. I'm gonna make a motion to end this meeting.
Second that.
Got Nick's second on that, and it's move to adjourn at 8:06. All in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Chris, I need to.